The first thing that I will see on mornings is the volcano. The last thing before I go to bed at night, I am seeing her over there.
Gosh, watch it.
Okay, thank you. Just show my voice so I get it.
Holy,
okay,
it really erupted. My God.
La Soufriere volcano violently exploded in what is termed a subplanian eruption. Since then, dozens of additional explosions have occurred within the summit crater complex of La Soufriere. Those of you who live on St Vincent, Barbados, St Lucia, and other regional islands in the Caribbean probably don't need me to tell you that this eruption was unusually large, since you can just look outside and see the ground coated with a thick layer of ash. However, I will provide some specifics. The 2020 to 2021 eruption of La Soufriere was the largest to occur in the entire Caribbean of the last 250 years at a minimum. Yes, it was even larger than the 1902 eruption of Pele. In total, a volume of at least 0.3 cubic kilometers of ash was dispersed across the Caribbean, indicating that the eruption had a volcanic explosivity index of 4. These blasts also partially cut away at the western edge of the existing crater rim, allowing pyroclastic flows to be funneled in that direction. These pyroclastic flows destroyed all vegetation they touched and caused extensive damage to homes. Although it is still too early to know the full extent of the damage, it appears that 92 structures were engulfed by pyroclastic flows.
My God. Team Naughty, come on, roughest. Let's go.
Evacuees are in shelters and homes of ordinary residents in the country, while others will be housed in neighboring CARICOM member states.
The way in which people in St Vincent and the Grenadines, and in ordinary people, and in Grenada and in Dominica, St Lucia, have responded to put people in their homes, strangers, bring tears to my eyes.
Let's deal with the elderly, those with children, the elderly, those with children, and the disabled.
The disruption that's happened is going to take us a very long time to recover from, because we're based on two things, tourism and agriculture, and the agricultural sector in the north of the island has been decimated. So that means 40 to 50% of our agriculture has been decimated. Our airports are currently closed, so our tourism, which was suffering very bad from the COVID pandemic, now our tourism is also down to zero, because we can't even have the airports open right now. People who have to travel to St Vincent are using ferries. So ferries up to St Lucia, which is, an 8-hour boat ride. So it'll take a long time to rebuild the country.
It will.
Yes.
We've been reporting on this for days now from afar, but so really such a different perspective to speak to someone who is living this crisis at this moment and doing everything possible to help out.
This is what the settlement of Richmond Vale in St Vincent looks like on a good day. And here's how it looks now after the La Soufriere volcano awoke from a long slumber. Rain mixing with hot ash from nearly a week's worth of eruptions have blanketed the island in what residents say feels like wet cement.
Now the volcano have kept us maybe with our pants down, and it's very devastating. No water, lot of dust in our home, etc. So we still thank God that we are alive today, but we need more help.
The volcano first erupted last week, pumping dark clouds of ash around 10 kilometres into the air. It triggered an evacuation by sea and land of around 20,000 people in the island's north. Locals say they're trying not to go outside, but with the ash cutting power, destroying crops and contaminating water supplies, some are left with little choice. A third of the island remains off limits. Airspace remains closed, and the conditions have also rendered some roads impassable, complicating search and rescue efforts. No casualties have been reported, and while some supplies have started arriving, officials say more help is needed. Experts warn the activity could continue for days or even weeks. And even when the dust finally clears, the government estimates St Vincent's recovery costs will run into the hundreds of millions of dollars.
I am not feeling uneasy. I'm just living a normal life. I'm just living a normal life.
We realize it's there, and anything can happen at any time.
While we are aware that the volcano can erupt at any time,